Hello, here's Armin from Skywalk. Sometimes people ask me what can I do that the ears, if you make big ears, that they stay more stable. And yeah, construction wise it's always not that easy to make the wingtips on one side. If you get a collapse, that it opens as fast as possible to be as safe as possible. On the other side, if you're pulling the A-risers at the wingtip and you make big ears, that the ears will stay uninflated and stay inside. So yeah, but I noticed one nice trick now, which I really want to show. I tried it out. I was very surprised how good it worked. Usually when they pull the A-risers, the wingtips collapse, and sometimes it wants to reopen, like after a normal collapse. So to make it more stable, there's one trick. Usually if you look for the airfoils, there are different kind of airfoils. This is normal airfoil, which generates a lot of lift because the chamber line here between is bended. So if the air is coming from here, and the wingtips or the airfoil wants to collapse itself. If you make a more reflexed airfoil like this, for example, if it goes against the wind, the nose goes up, it's quite a stable wing. So a stable wing is quite good for safety, but it's not that easy to make it collapse. So what you can do if you want to make big ears, if you're putting a bit at the brake lines, and this kind of wing, if it flies forward, it wants to collapse. Even when it's a reflex airfoil, more like this, if you get the reflex out, it wants to collapse and stays more inside. So the trick is to pull the brake lines in the right amount. For sure, if you pull the brake lines too much, the wing will open again. But if you just pull slightly a bit, that the brake lines are a bit pulled, then you get a negative momentum and the wingtips stay inside. So I tried it several times at the ARAC. If you take the back lines, and I usually warp it around my fingers when I fly in thermal, and if I do it in this way and then make the big ears, then the big ear stays very stable inside. If you have the brake lines opened, then it wants to open like after normal collapse. So this is the trick, what you can do. I show you the video that you see it how it works. For sure, if you pull the brake lines just a little bit, it's no real problem, but I always still push the accelerator because yeah, you can get a deep stall if you make big ears, for example, especially if you start to break down. So I always recommend, even at every normal wing, if you take the ears in, start to accelerate to be on the more safe side. Also you increase your sink, which is a nice thing, and on top you get more speed, you get better away wherever you want to get away. So if you have big ears, the air is coming more from below, so you don't get a negative angle of attack from the airflow. So the wing is quite stable if you make big ears. So this is my trick, and I hope it helps you, and have a safe flight.